Right now, while you're watching this video, someone could be spending your money, not because your wallet was stolen, not because you entered the wrong website, but because of methods so sophisticated, so invisible that even the most careful person in the world would never see it coming. My name is Lin Wei. For over 2 decades, I have studied financial fraud, digital crime, and the psychology behind how ordinary people lose their life savings to criminals they never meet. And today, I am going to share with you something that the banks do not advertise, that the news rarely explains clearly enough, and that your children probably never told you. There are criminals right now who can drain your bank account without ever touching your debit card and without ever knowing your PIN number. This is not a warning to frighten you. This is information to protect you. So stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you could save your retirement, your savings, and the financial security you have spent a lifetime building. Let us begin with something I call the verification code trap. Imagine you receive a text message from your bank about a suspicious charge. Minutes later, your phone rings. The name on the caller ID matches your bank exactly. The voice sounds professional, calm, and reassuring. A representative explains that someone in another state is trying to use your account, and to stop it, they will send a 6-digit code to your phone. They ask you to read that code back. Here is what is really happening. That caller is a criminal. They already obtained your card number, expiration date, and security code from a corporate data breach. The kind that happens to large retailers and online companies every single year without your knowledge. They tried to add your card to their own Apple Pay or Google Wallet. Your bank sent that 6-digit code to stop unauthorized access. But the moment you read that code out loud, you handed them the key. Your card is now linked to their phone. They walk into any store, tap their phone at the register, and pay using your money. They never need your physical card. They never need your PIN. A teacher named Michael lost $2,000 this way in a single afternoon. His bank initially refused to refund him because the transactions appeared legitimate, authorized through a digital wallet with biometric approval. Remember this, always. Banks send verification codes to authorize actions, never to cancel them. If someone calls you and asks for that code, hang up immediately. Now, let me tell you about something that is hiding in plain sight every time you use a search engine. You are planning a vacation, you search for a hotel by name, you see a phone number at the very top of the results page, you call it, and a friendly agent answers using the hotel's name. You give your travel dates, your debit card number, and feel good about the booking. 2 weeks later, you arrive at the hotel and discover no reservation exists. Your money is gone. That top result was not the hotel. Criminals purchase sponsored advertisements on search engines, bidding on keywords like hotel reservations and airline bookings. They operate fake call centers that sound completely convincing. Your card details are typed into their own payment system the moment you provide them. A 52-year-old nurse lost $800 trying to book a simple weekend trip. She never suspected for a moment that a result at the top of her search engine was fraudulent. The lesson here is simple but vital. Never call a number from a search result. Type the official website address directly into your browser's address bar and find the phone number there. Now I want to explain something that concerns me deeply about this next threat, because it affects the accounts of people who never shop online at all. Your debit card is simply plastic. The real foundation of your bank account is 2 numbers. Your routing number and your account number. These are printed at the bottom of every paper check you write. If a criminal intercepts a check from your mailbox or purchases a list of stolen account numbers on the internet, they can use those 2 numbers alone to create what is called an electronic check. They use the banking transfer network to pay their own bills, their credit cards, or transfer money to prepaid accounts, all directly from your account. A 60-year-old retiree named Patricia had $3,000 stolen this way after someone copied the numbers from a check she mailed to pay her water bill. She never clicked a link. She never used the internet for banking. Federal law gives you protection, but only if you report unauthorized transfers within 60 days of your statement date. Check your statements every single month. I want to speak now directly to those of you who are kind, generous people. Scammers know that disasters bring out the best in human nature, and they use your compassion as a weapon. After every major earthquake, hurricane, or flood, criminals register websites within hours that look identical to well-known charities. They run social media advertisements showing real photographs from the disaster zone. You donate $50, you receive a thank you email, and you feel you have done something good. But your card details are now in a database. Days later, fraudulent charges for airline tickets or electronics begin appearing. A 40-year-old accountant named Susan intended to donate $100 to hurricane relief. Within 3 days, $1,200 was stolen from her account. Before you donate to any cause online, go directly to websites like Charity Navigator to verify the organization and type the address yourself. Never click a link from social media or email. Here is one that shocks people every time I explain it. A free browser extension that finds discount coupons and coupon codes while you shop. It works perfectly. It saves you money. You trust it. But hidden inside that software is a second function. Every time you enter your debit card number into any checkout form, the extension reads your keystrokes and sends your card information to a criminal server before the data is even encrypted and sent to the retailer. Thousands of people's card numbers are stolen this way and sold in bundles on dark web marketplaces. A software developer named Kevin was stunned when this happened to him. He had his physical card, had never shared his PIN, yet found unauthorized charges. The investigation revealed a free productivity tool he had installed months earlier. Go to your browser right now after watching this, review every extension you have installed, and remove anything you do not recognize or trust completely. And when you are traveling, please be extremely careful about public Wi-Fi. A criminal sitting just a few tables away from you at a coffee shop or airport can run software that reads all the data flowing across an unencrypted network. If you enter your debit card number on an unsecured connection, it can be intercepted in plain text, every digit visible on their screen. A sales manager named Robert used hotel lobby Wi-Fi to buy a train ticket. A criminal nearby had set up a fake hotspot with an almost identical name. Robert's card details were captured and fraudulent charges processed before he even checked out of the hotel. Never conduct financial transactions on public Wi-Fi. If you must, use a virtual private network, which creates an encrypted tunnel that makes your data unreadable to anyone intercepting it. Now I come to the scam that frightens me most when I think about my own parents, my own grandparents. You're using your computer when a large red warning screen appears. It says your computer is infected. It gives you a phone number to call immediately. You call. A calm, knowledgeable technician offers to help. They ask you to download a remote access program. The moment you do, they control your computer. They open your banking portal, blank your screen so you cannot see what they are doing, and transfer your money. A 70-year-old retiree lost $12,000 this way in 20 minutes. Money transferred to a cryptocurrency exchange with no possibility of recovery. Legitimate companies like Microsoft, Apple, and your internet provider will never display a pop-up demanding you call a phone number. Never give remote control of your computer to anyone who contacts you unexpectedly. And finally, the threat that requires nothing from you whatsoever. While you sleep, automated software is generating thousands of card numbers mathematically using your bank's publicly known identification code. It tests each number with a $1 charge on low-security merchant websites. When one succeeds, the software knows that number belongs to a real, active account. It then guesses the expiration date. There are only 60 possible combinations, which a computer can test in seconds. Once confirmed, large purchases follow. You wake up to find your account drained. You never clicked a link. You never made a mistake. Your defense is this: set up instant transaction alerts on your account for every charge, no matter how small. A $1 charge from an unknown merchant is almost always a test. Report it immediately. Your awareness is the strongest protection you have. Set up transaction alerts tonight. Check your statements this week. Review your browser extensions right now, and never, under any circumstances, share a verification code with anyone who calls you. Before you go, I want to ask you something. Hit that subscribe button right now so I can continue bringing you this kind of detailed, expert information. Because this channel exists to protect people like you. And drop a comment below telling me, what city and country are you watching from? I read every single comment, and knowing where my viewers are helps me understand which scams are hitting hardest in your region, so I can make the videos you need most. Have you or someone you know encountered any of these methods? Share your experience. Your story could save someone else's savings.